Hello there, I'm Colonel Failure and this is Train Fever. You join us at a monumental occasion. Woking, the centre of our universe, has been properly connected. Here we go, let's have a quick tour. If you weren't here last time, I spent the entire episode trying to get this to work. So this is effectively the skip to the end version. I turn trains back on and see if it works. So here is Woking Grand Central, which is going to be possibly the most busiest station on the map. It depends how much I hook up to it. And coming out of this on both sides now, double track. Plenty of points to allow trains to go whichever the hell way they please. They then clip together fluidly in order to get across the river in this beautiful, beautiful 4-track bridge. We then split off as one half heads up that way towards Billericay and Bromsgrove, and the other half is heading out this way to pastures unknown. Well, in fact, to pastures very well known. They're going to Haverhill. Pretty exciting stuff. In fact, I'll probably branch it to both Haverhill and Bromsgrove. That'll be quite fun. The only thing I've not done is made sure that I haven't upset the train that's running out to Woking, the Bromwalk. So we'll start our mission there. No, what you want is that, and then click that, and make sure that it's happy. Right, where's it heading? I'm not entirely sure. Let's speed things up a little bit. I just want to make sure it's working. I know we're watching something that should be fun. The good news is that even with all that mucking about, I never spent too much cash on getting that operational. Overall, it was. In fact, let's look it up while we're waiting for this chap to go in the right direction. Where are we? So between 2005 and 2006, we spent the best part of 2 million. Okay, maybe I spent a little bit more on that than I'd intended to. But our profits lately have been shiny, and they will continue to be that way. So here we go. What have we got waiting in Bromsgrove at the moment? Just loads of people. Everybody wants to ride the train. As well they should, because it makes me money. So here we go. Let's ride this one back the other way. Speed it up until it gets to where we want to, so that we can get on with today's episode. Splendid. So so all in all, this has finally worked out quite well. So what we learned is, if you need multiple tracks to go across on a relatively modern bridge, build the bridge first, and then worry about connecting up to it afterwards. Life is just easier that way. Equally, if you want to run a bypass, get that bypass sorted early. Don't build the entire track and then try and get a bypass around the outside of it. Let's slow down. Let's make this as majestic as can be. There you go, majestic. Yes, this fairly ugly branch here is out of necessity to get from one track to the other in case people want to. There we go, clipping through the bridge all the way. Better. Excellent. Happy train. Happy train, happy colonel. Good darts. Okay, and then there's 100 people wanting to get on, which is going to make lots of money. Here's the bypass we built. Yeah, don't use cars. Cars are bad. Use the train. Much better. There we go. So we bypassed to avoid having to do... And I bet, actually, a level crossing might work there. Do I want to check? No, I don't. Actually, while I think about it, we'll just high-speed this track. There's a vehicle in the way. Well, of course there is. There's no vehicle in the way there, though, is there? Come on. What's your problem? What is your issue? Right, well, get that train out of the way. Go on, clear off. I'm trying to make glorious futuristic tracks. There we go. Good. Right, that's that done. Splendid. So, yes, as mentioned, that's going to be pretty exciting later on. There's only one train actually using Woking at the moment, so I haven't got any signals on there at all. That will change, and I'll probably have to monkey with some routes to make that happen. So what are we doing today? Today we are connecting up Haverhill to this glorious new idea of having a centralised major hub. And this is not going to be completely straightforward, because the turn we're asking it to make is, let's say, it's testy, to say the best. So first we're going to want to link these two tracks together, so let's get the show on the road. Okay, why? So that the trains coming in can come in on the right platform, and then leave on the right track. This is the point at which you think maybe a 4-track platform would have, 4-track station would have been a good thing over. We'll all get over it in due course. Right, so then we'll split that out into 1, and then we'll split it out into 2. Steady on, steady on. We don't need to go too aggressive there. I'd like to get at least 90 out of it. How's that doing in terms of orientation? You're pointing where? Almost in the right direction, and we want to come out over here. Okay, yeah, we've got enough space to correct that. Okay, so we'll take that. So at the moment that's split into 1 track, and now we're going to split it into 2. Continue going round, and then we'll take one off, like... Yep, you're happy. We'll take that. Right, and then during this next bit, I want you to whoa. I want you to click together, please. Thank you. Like that. You hook up to that. Everybody's happy, and we're in business. Okay, good. Hopefully, this one will prove to be a little bit more straightforward. Right, let's grab that, and let's just go see what's happening at our destination. Actually, this could be a first time lucky. Okay, well, that's costing me 2 million quid, but let's see the route that it's taking. Obviously, tunnels. The game is obsessed with flipping tunnels. Now, tunnels might be the most efficient way to get me there, but you know what? It means I don't get to see the trains doing their thing. Am I bothered? 2.6 million these days is the kind of money that I just kind of go, ah, pish, 2.6 million, oh, I'll spend it twice. No, I'm gonna make it go slightly more ugly than that. I don't want it to go in tunnels the entire way. Let's go as far as here, going uphill. All right, and then it's going to need to build a tunnel at some point. Let's have a look. But I want as much of it overland as possible. Well, that's cheaper at least. All right, what have we got? Okay, so we enter a tunnel here, and it's going to tunnel all the way through this lot. See, no tourist is going to pay money to ride on this particular line to soak up the magnificent vista. No, right, we'll go up further. I don't care that it's inefficient. I don't care that the track it means it's not going to earn as much money as perhaps it should, because in some directions it's going to be going slower. But as mentioned, magnificent vista. Right, let's go as far as there. That's generally pointing in the right direction, isn't it? Yes, it is. Right, you can have a tunnel to get under the peak. And it's probably going to end up costing me the same money, but I don't care. Right, how big a cut have we taken? Look at this flipping bridge. No, sir, we're not doing a bridge. Magnificent vista. If it was made of, if it was built by Isambard Kingdom Brunel and it was, a magnificent piece of Victorian industrial age magnificence, something straight out of some poor cyberpunk movie, then maybe I'd be interested. But some nasty steel girder no thought involved wretchedity of the early 20th century, I'm not interested. And wretchedity is a word. You are free to use it whenever you feel. Also, we maybe should be paying attention to that's where we want to get to. Less blathering on about the aesthetics of the thing and more getting it pointing in the right direction. It's quite nice to be building where money is no longer a major concern. Don't think that's quite a healthy downhill going on there. We want to be going over this way. Right. Let's just do one track for the time being. Not because the second track is much more expensive, but because I want to make sure we get this right. Now, we go out to the right of that steel, I think it's a steel mill. Let's go as far as there. It. Now you're talking. Straight through the field. I'll even let you have a little tunnel there if you want it. If you're interested, you can have a little tunnel at that moment. But let's leave enough room so that your other track can fit onto things. Here we go. Gosh. Right. Splendid. Let's smooth this out as we go past. Big brush. There we go. Come on. Smooth. Smooth. Make it look like I didn't mess it up the first time. Come on. Au naturel, please. Maybe it needs the tiddly brush. There we go. There we go. It's almost like it never happened. Or it will be by the time I've finished. Look at that. That's what I'm talking about now. Yeah, right, big brush, just to finish it off. Grand. None of you will ever remember that happened. Okay, come on, onwards, 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 onwards. I've wasted enough time getting finicky about track. There we go. So that's got a big cut going through. Oh, we'll just take it. It would be, you know, it would be nice to have a dinky little tunnel going on there. But frankly, that's probably good enough. That's not too bad. And you know, you get the magnificent view of what is this? What are you making? It's an oil refinery. You get a magnificent view of an oil refinery, all of which are unprofitable, on your way into the station. And I think I've already set up the points on this track. Yep, there they are. Good. We need to put a. Do we need to put a branch up to go over that way? Am I ever likely to go a direct route from Billericay to Haverhill? You know what? I can't rule it out. In which case, I'll worry about that. The bridge is there, and I can do stuff with that anytime I please. Excellent. Right, what do we got? Not many waiting, but that's about to change because Haverhill's about to get a direct route to Woking. So let's do that. Right, okay, cool. New line. We've not had a genuine new line in a while. Right, Haverhill. Thank you. Woking. There we go. This is the Haverwoke. Haverwalk, I guess. Haverwalk Express, because it's a point-to-point. Okay. Cool. Right, now, let's just show me which route you're taking here. We go from Haverhill Grand Central. Oh, it's because it's doing it in some pale grey, which is a ridiculous colour for it to do, because it means that I can't see where it's trying to go. Yes, it's trying to use just one side of the track, as per usual. finicky thing. You're supposed to want to drive on the right all the time. Okay, let's make sure we've got this electrified all the way along in the complicated sections. I'm pretty sure it is. But if it isn't, it's this side of the track here that is upset with me. Nope, that all seems to be connected. All right, okay, I'll brute force this sucker. Okay, so Woking, add station after Woking. We need to put some signals in. So we come in on the right. Okay. Yes. What do we now? What? Well, let's put some right-hand signals on. We'll put one here. That's a good spot. And just in case I decide to run multiple trains on this track, I'll put one there as well. And then we're going to need something more complicated at the other end. Oh, it's quite a distance, isn't it? This is almost TFV territory. Put one more there, just so in case I'm running multiple trains. I don't need to explain myself. You understand what I'm talking about. We'll put one here, because here's the merger. Now, we don't want any kind of a weight on the merger track pointing in the other direction, do we? No. But we do want one here, so that it allows passing traffic through. Okay, right, so bring my routes back up again, please. Haverwalk. Okay, so this is Haverhill. We come out of Haverhill. I'm going to need another signal. Oh, no, I'm not. Right, okay, out of Haverhill. Add station, this fella here. Because you want to drive on the right, so this fella here, which is why I've got it pointing in the right direction. Go. That looks like it salted it, actually. Down here, everybody's going the right way. That's the next one. That's all fine. That's also fine. What are you thinking? That's not a faster route. Stupid train. Coming there, and then you get to Woking, and then coming back out of Woking, we're going to put another signal in here just so that I can get it to do something that's, you know, remotely sane. Right about here. Here would be good. Anywhere here. That's it. Yeah, you can't see it because there's a pylon in the way. Here we go. You come out that way. Like that. Yes, exactly like that. Oh, fine. If you insist. If you insist, I'll allow it. Right, let's put a train on this. Let's find a depot that's not a million miles away. Might be Tewkesbury. Might be our original depot. Okay, cool. All right, what do we want to run on it? Buy trains. All right, TFV short, 2.66 million, can handle 72 passengers. Not worth it. A medium one, 164 passengers. However, 130. They're not very quick, are they? And it's going over a reasonable distance. So are we going for the 66 again? 140. Oh, what about 185? 160. Ooh. I think that's the fella, don't you? Okay, right, yes. And then they can take 22, these can take 33. But maybe they're only sorted to that commuter train. So I'm going to take this, and then we're going to go with the Einheitswagen 4. Right. Buy one of those. And what do we want? 110, do we think? What's this hauling capacity? 280. 280 is not bad. What's that? 22, 40, 110. That'll do. Yeah. Set line. The Haverwalk Express. Pretty please. All right. Let's see this thing in motion. quite grand. I like the coaches are also grey. You know what else? While I'm talking about design features for Train Fever 2, let's have a livery designer. Now you're stuck there because you're waiting for open signals to get to wherever you're going. Haverhill. I presume you are waiting for a route. Yeah. Okay. Well, which way are you trying to go, you mad thing? Because if you're trying to go down the wrong side of the track, that's never going to work for you. Let's give you a gentle signal here and see if that helps you out. What do you know? Splendid. What are we running? 5 coaches. That's nice. There we go. That's quite old. Those are not new coaches he's got on there. Maybe he's due a replacement in the near future. Right, tally-ho. Look, let's move things along, shall we? Now, I'm going to be quite surprised if anybody from Haverhill actually wants to go out to Woking this first time around. But you know what? That's their choice. I'm going to need to put some signals in here as well because we're going to cause a fair few traffic jams with this new approach. Yeah, no one's going to Woking first time around. Right, I'm going to catch up with you in a sec, so I just want to put this signal in while I think about it. You're coming in on the right. Where should we stop you? We'll stop you here. And then we're probably going to walk one more, aren't we? That's going to happen at some point. There's going to be, I imagine, there's going to be a traffic jam in Haverhill at some point, and we'll have to keep an eye on that. So, thank you very much for tuning in. We're going to watch this chap until he gets to his destination. If you've not subscribed already, please do so. It really does help. I make this stuff to be watched, and having subscribers means that I'm relatively aware that some people might watch it. I've been Colonel Failure. Thank you ever so much for tuning in today. Next time around, I think we're going to expand into a new town. How about that for exciting? That's not the kind of promise you hear from just about anybody. It's that kind of thing that I guarantee here, though. So tune in then. Cheerio!